Turk Strongman at Thuran Kirama Chiraka. Thank you for selecting this fifth video in this series, High Order Thinking in Mystical Narrative. Before I continue, subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell feature to activate it. Share the joy of the channel with others, starting with giving this video a thumb up, please. Comment courteously below. Now we move on. The more I think about this, the further I go along here, the more excited I'm getting about it. In the prior video, we introduced the characters with just the first two short paragraphs in the story. Stockton, Mulder, and oh wow, excuse me. We're casual here. And the main character, the first person in the the first person, the two of them looked out through the screen door. I stepped onto the broad wooden porch and slowly crossed it. And then there's the whole thing. We go right into this, the introduction to the first person, the main character, the one telling, the voice, the one with the voice here. Make this whole thing right out, introducing him, stepping up onto a broad wooden porch and slowly crossing it with Cuban-heeled, point-toed, low-cut boots on, picked up a long time ago in New York City. That's quite character building, I think. All right? There's even maybe a little bit of mystery involved in that character right now. A little more you want to know. Might be somebody who's been around for a while. Seen things. All right. Been there. And then Stockton again, and the dog Mulder, right? And then there's Stockton. We already got those. Look down at his little companion, smoothly paraphrased from an old song we used to play a lot in the early years. Still referring to those boots now, right? Now it's the sound of them slowly crossing the wooden floor with those heels. Mulder, that sound you're hearing right now, that's the sound of the low spark of high-heeled boys. All right, so we get into some high-order thinking right here, especially with that quote from an old song. The sound of the low spark of high-heeled boys. Well, there's no spark against the concrete or the wood or the asphalt, no matter how high the heels are. And there's no spark, let alone a low spark, other than it's low down. It's like right where the heel and the boy's heels, high heels, make contact with the surface upon which they tread. No spark. So this must mean something else. Must be a metaphor. Aha. Something being called a spark, but that's not what it is. But it's being called that. So there are a lot of ways that we can extrapolate, analogize, pull together conceptual thinking, right? Over this abstract notion now to figure out what in real life would be equivalent to the low spark and the high-heeled boys. What relationship does low spark and high-heeled boys have with one another, literally? Although it doesn't point to anything, really. There's no spark. But what's the relationship there that's being implied about what's really being referred to? That's metaphorical thinking. That's high-order thinking. Right there. Okay? And then that's fitting in with the paranormal, the concept, the paranormal conceptualizing, paranormal anticipation, by way of the name Mulder, the dog, whose anticipation and excitement is high right now. And there's a hint of, well, whatever it is, that is the low spark of high-heeled boys. That sound, the sound is the low spark. of high-heeled boys. It's the sound that makes. Well, that's rather abstract, right? So what is really being referred to? What is the character of this guy? This main character? What? It sounds a little mystical. Maybe something esoteric involved there. Maybe something more than what meets the eye. This person's been around. This person knows things. What things? This person's had adventures, experience. What are they? That put him in his scenario right here. At that point. These questions come to mind at least subconsciously because they are implications of it, and your higher order thinking is being brought into play here. So that's where we're at. All right, so let's see what we can come up with next. Seeing the two of them sure did put a smile on my face. It felt good to be back around. How are you, little big guy? Well, we developed Mulder's character a little more. All right, now we introduce the idea of the story to follow. The story told by the main character to Stockton. We get to that point now, all right? Enter this house, Stockton says. He puts down Mulder, holds the door open for me. Enter this old house of many haunts. My long-lost friend. Many haunts? Another reference to maybe paranormal events. So-called paranormal, I know. They're normal. But anyway, what are called paranormal events, right? This old house of many haunts. Or something mysterious. My long-lost friend. Your hair is getting longer than ever. This means it's been gone for a while, somewhere else. Where on earth have you been these last few months? Everything all right? You okay? All right. So this is going to be a story of wherever he's been. And it's some kind of an adventure. All right. So let's... all right, now I want to tell you a little something, by the way. To conclude this video here, I want to tell you a little something. There is a real Stockton, and he does have a dog named Mulder, and it's a small dog. It's just like the dog in this story. And what's to follow here about Stockton's house, or what follows in the story, we're not going to hit on all that. Not in my commentary, but you should know the story, right? Okay, so where did this part come from? About Stockton's house. I've never been to his house, but I do know a Stockton who has a dog named Mulder. And his house is like this. And his dog is like that. And what Stockton eats is what's in here. I just happened to get it right in the story because I've never been to Stockton's house. I've never met Stockton personally. I've had online interaction with him. But, you know, and I saw him once when I was on a live streaming broadcast that he did on YouTube once. But that's it. That's it. He never told me about his house or what he eats. But after I sent him the first half of the story in rough draft, where I did mention these things and describe them, he said that's uncanny. He said something about you seem to be like some urban shaman who's tapped into some delightfully strange magic or something. Because everything you said about me, my dog, my house, my food, it's right. This is how you've been creeping around here. Creepy crawling. So anyway, just thought you might like to know that this story is based. It does have actual event grounding in several places, several different events, actual events. This story does arise from them. Okay. Well, see you in the next video. I get more and more excited the more I go here. So, stick with it. You're getting excited too. You know that. Sit forward a little bit and look into my eyes. At the count of 0, you will be deeply asleep. Listen to my voice. Count down from 3 to 0 with me. 3. Your eyes feel more heavy. Your eyelids begin to close now. 2. Listen to my voice, telling you you are very sleepy now. 1. Down, down, down. 0. Sleep now. There. That'll teach you.